Crazyhot Chapter 1. She was so far out of my league it wasn't even funny. Like she was playing varsity football and I was captain of the debate squad. We weren't even playing the same sport. And maybe mine wasn't even really a sport, so it was more like she was a Ferrari and I was Autotopia. She was whole milk and I was that shit they put in school lunches. They say it's milk, but I've had milk, and let me tell you, that ain't it. No shit, she was an LA 10. You know, a 10 in LA, which is different from a 10 in Milwaukee. Hell, I'm probably at least an 8.5 in Milwaukee. You know how Woody Allen always writes those movies where the impossibly too beautiful woman falls for him? Well, not even he could have scripted this. A trendy yet uncomplicated haircut, a fashionably too tight t-shirt, jeans like she was poured into them, and skin the color of a mocha latte too expensive for even a Starbucks in Beverly Hills. Just strolling to class with that swish, swish, swish in her step. I was perfectly content to just walk behind her, enjoying the view, but then she reached up to grab a passing leaf, missed, and twirled around to match my eye line, which fortunately was no longer focused on her ass. I smiled. She smiled. And I don't know if y'all know the rules for people watching, but it's cool. No harm in enjoying a nice gate from time to time, but it gets real creepy real quick if you do it for too long. So I figured the jig was up and I picked up the pace to pass her, but as I did, the impossible occurred. Nice shoes. Nice jacket. Nice lip ring. Literally the first word she said to me. And I was a bit stoned by this point. It was, after all, 3:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday when I had not made it to a single one of my classes, but I managed to strike up a conversation. For 35 minutes, I was the coolest motherfucker on the planet. I was Lee Marvin, Shaft, and Oscar Wilde, all rolled up into one. I said all the right things, made all the right moves, dropped all the right names, and in exchange, I got a number without even asking. I was so cool, you could call me Miles Davis. Like I invented the shit. And I only had about a week left in college, so I chose to view her as a graduation present from the ether, a gift from the fates, and a rite of passage that was sure to kick the ass of my bar mitzvah. And on our first date, I knew she was the keeper when she took my cigarette to light hers, batted her eyelashes, and in the sweetest, most innocent voice you have ever heard said, "Thank you for butt fucking me, Hunter." Later that night, we snuck into an abandoned school for the mentally handicapped, and I read her poetry in some of the still unlocked buildings. I told her secrets in the dark. She understood my subtext, and everywhere we went, there was mood lighting. Somewhere along the way, we began to improvise songs. I swear to God, I met this girl and my life turned into a fucking musical. We rhymed and everything.